All right, man. Welcome on in. A to Z Philly post-game live show. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We'll all be going over to YouTube soon, so be sure to hop on to the YouTube channel. Eagles lose again, 27-10. That's how they finish off their regular season. A matchup set next week with Tampa Bay. Somehow the Eagles come in as a 1.5-point favorite. I don't even know how at this point. After yet another embarrassing effort. Do me a favor if you're here on the YouTube channel, drop a like on this stream, help us push it around. I'm just going to go off for the next 5 minutes because I want to get it out, and I don't have enough energy to keep on holding on and trying to give myself, false promise and false hope when in reality, this team is absolutely embarrassing. This team is absolutely terrible. You got to hope that they can squeak by Tampa Bay somehow because the Bucs may even be worse, but I don't even know if they are at this point. Without even analyzing this game, just in totality, let's take the concept, okay? You are 10-1. You get blasted by the Niners. Okay, tough one, right? Your security guard gets thrown out. It's a chippy game. Niners had their comeback for last year. Cool. Then you get embarrassed by the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, let's hit the panic button. Let's go ahead and make a change, which, by the way, Sean Desai absolutely scapegoated. Embarrassing. Why would you hit a panic button at that point in the season when you still have that good of a record? And why was it Sean Desai rather than, say, Brian Johnson, the guy that got the boot? And as you see now, the Eagles' defense is 10 times worse. Okay, let's fast forward. First game for Matt Patricia. He can't stop Drew Lock from going 90 yards on a game-winning drive. Drew Lock. Then that leads into a Christmas Day awful game where the Eagles almost blow a 17-point lead. Then they get absolutely embarrassed by Jonathan Gannon in a revenge game at the Link. They get absolutely booed off the field. And here they are in New York on one of the worst fields I've ever seen in my life. Guys getting hurt left and right. The starters can't put up a single point in the first half. It was Marcus Mariota who was the only source of life in this game for the Eagles. I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say, man? This team is broken from head to toe. From head to toe, they are broken. And I can't believe it's gotten so bad to the point where I don't even know if they can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who couldn't even put up 10 points on the 2-win Panthers earlier this afternoon. That's how bad it is, man. And I am sick. I am sick about it. Because it's like, why couldn't you guys just lose regular rather than waste a whole season and go 10-1 and make us feel like, all right, we're going to put together another journey run and go back to the Super Bowl or at least be a formidable playoff contender. You wasted everybody's time, and here you are getting embarrassed yet again. I'm glad they had a great time this week. What did AJ do? He put together an escape room, right? Ooh, love it. Whip-de-doo, escape room, team bonding. You guys stink. You stink. You're getting pushed off the field by an awful Giants team. The Giants make me want to throw up. As much hope as that organization gave them last year, Daniel Jones sucks. Saquon Barkley is a shell of his old self. The Giants are terrible. They have Tyrod Taylor dicing you up left and right. You think you're going into the playoffs and winning a game? Come on, man. This has become one of my least favorite Eagle teams, just given the sense of false hope, man. It's awful. It's awful, man. You got Saquon Barkley in what could be his final game in the Meadowlands coming in here with 2 touchdowns against you. Can't stop anything. You're running zone the whole game. The Giants are blitzing you left and right. Jalen Hurts looks like a deer in headlights. He doesn't even know what to do. I'm going to tell you what happened, man. I'm going to tell you what happened. The Eagles didn't believe in the coaches. And then it got so bad to the point where not only is Jalen Hurts giving up in this game, I don't even know why he played. There's a sack in, I think it was the second quarter, where he runs backwards. The guy grabs him up. He doesn't even try to get out of the way. Just bring me down at that point. The coaching has been so absolutely putrid that the players have now started to overthink their own abilities. They're not confident in what they do anymore. They're running regular routes saying, am I even good anymore? Should I even be doing this? That's how bad it has gotten. You have screwed up their entire mental clock. You've screwed up the entire offense. You bring Marcus Mariota in. Here's the funniest part of the game, because I almost fell asleep during this game. Here's the funniest part about this game. You bring Marcus Mariota in. What is the first thing you do? You throw a screen. Brian Johnson, screens don't work. They don't work. How many weeks are we going to watch screens? They don't work. He throws an interception on the first play. I mean, you got to be kidding me. This is the one game where you could have afforded to do anything creative. Let's just try something. Let's throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. And you're throwing screens and balls 30 yards down the field on first down. Why? Why? I saw one play with a guy in motion. One. Here's what I don't understand. Brian Johnson could go back to last year. He has 17 games of film, more than 17 games, of Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen's a mastermind. Is he this smart? Is Brian Johnson this bad? You have 17 games. You have an actual sample size where you can go back last year. Just take one play. Just take one play from last year. Throw it into the current playbook. They say the first 15. First 15, Eagles don't have more than 5 plays. They don't have more than 5 plays. You can't convince me otherwise. A.J. Brown gets hurt in this game. How many weeks in a row have I sat right here and said, throw a slant route to A.J. Brown on 1st and 10? Throw something. Where's Dallas Goedert? I know he's banged up and stuff. Dallas Goedert. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? The Eagles have one of the most talented rosters offensively in the league, and I feel like they have nobody. Matt Patricia, you're terrible too, but I can't blame you at this point because Sean Desai was, scapegoated. They brought you into a broken defense that has no linebackers, okay? The linebackers stink. James Bradbury, what happened, man? You are cooked. The defensive line, I feel like I haven't even seen Jalen Carter in 10 weeks. I feel like I haven't seen Fletcher Cox. I know he was out today, but I haven't seen him in 10 weeks. Hassan Reddick used to be much better. Josh Sweat is nowhere to be found. Do they scheme matchups? Do they even do that? What do they do in practice? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What do they do in practice? Do they just go through the same 5 plays? Do they teach tackling? Do they teach anything? Best player in this game was Britton Covey and Marcus Mariota. And Quez Watkins finally caught a touchdown. Whip-de-doo. Whip-de-doo. I know it's been a very odd, very strange year in the NFL, but I've never seen a team collapse like this, man. It is to the point, and my question to the people out there, I'm sorry I haven't read any comments yet. I'm just trying to get it off my chest. Is this a fireable offense for Nick Sirianni? Yes or no? What do you guys think? What do you think? Is this a fireable offense for Nick Sirianni? Because obviously these coordinators are gone. Okay, but how much more can Jeff Lurie take? How much more can Jeff Lurie take? Back years ago, the Eagles, I believe they were the quickest to ever fire a coach after going to a Super Bowl and winning. Could Nick Sirianni actually get canned after 1 year? After going to a Super Bowl? I don't know if I'm ready to go there, but at this point, the players have quit. They have quit on the team. A.J. Brown held a little private team meeting this week and said, we have to believe in our coaches. First off, who the hell says that in week 18? 3 weeks ago, Jalen Hurts says, yeah, we're just not committed enough. The writing is on the wall, people. The writing is on the wall. They don't believe in the philosophy, and I'm not taking away all blame from the players. They've played like crap too, but they're out there. They look so puzzled. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, man. Nick Sirianni looked like a genius with Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon, and now you're telling me it's this bad? Has it boiled over to this point where they can't even go out and compete against the New York Giants? It has gotten so bad, I'm questioning if the coaches are going to get fired. The head coach. I'll tell you guys what I'll do. Here's the only way the Eagles season can be saved, and maybe I'm an idiot. Or maybe I'm just a genius. Maybe they should call me into the office. All right. Here's the only way I see the Eagles season being saved in any of the slightest possibility. And I give it a 2% chance. Frank Reich was fired by the Carolina Panthers. They finished their season 2-15. He was fired like 5 weeks ago. Frank Reich is making money sitting on his couch, probably enjoying life, chilling with his wife. Don't know if he has any kids living at home. Frank Reich is cooling, right? He's having a great time. He's like, I'm getting paid for the next 4 years. Let me chill. Frank Reich created a Super Bowl offense around Nick Foles in the matter of 4 weeks. And I'm not saying he could do the same thing with this team, the way that they are playing right now. But if I'm the Eagles, I'm calling Frank up and saying, Frank, we will pay you $100,000 to create an offense in the next 4 days. Can you do it? Can you do it? That's the only way I see this season being saved. Because they're going to go out here in the playoffs with Brian Johnson, and they're going to run 3rd and 10 screens. That is what they're going to do. They're either going to beat Tampa Bay 14-13, or they're going to lose 21-9. And we're going to be sitting here saying the same things next week. The guys don't do anything. You got to hope Devontae can play, who was in a walking boot last week. You have to hope A.J. Brown is good to go. Sidney Brown was carted off in this game. Who was it? Dickerson, I think, got hurt tonight. Everybody's injured, man. Jalen Hurts might not even have a middle finger. First quarter, I'm screaming at the TV, get Jalen Hurts out of this game. Get him out of this game. We know the history with MetLife. We know how bad that field is, the turf. It's ridiculous. But Jalen Hurts is out there after A.J. Brown gets injured. Dude runs into his finger. His middle finger is bent 5 different ways. Can he even throw a ball? This is embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. I don't know if Jalen's going to be able to throw a ball. His middle finger was pointing 3 different directions. That's where we've gotten to at this point, man. Marcus Mariota came in and actually sparked a little bit of offense in this game, but it was against backups. It didn't matter. Kenny Gainwell had a good game. 62 yards on 7 carries. Whip-de-doo. Stopped going to him in the second half. Mariota sacked at the end, fumbles it. Mason Crosby misses a field goal. Giants still win 27-10. If the Giants were actually a decent team, the Eagles would have lost by 35 points today. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. And I'm tired of the people sitting out there saying, why are you being so negative? Why are you being so negative? This is why. They can't beat the Cardinals. They can't beat the Giants. They can't beat the Seahawks. You think they're going into a playoff environment on the road and winning a game. It is embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. We're probably going to hear something that happened behind the scenes because now I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to reflect and understand how it got this bad. How did it get this bad? Did something happen behind the scenes? Did these players get in a fight? They have all quit. They have all quit with a playoff berth right in front of their face. And if people don't want to hold them accountable, I will. I will. It's embarrassing. It's awful. The Buccaneers struggled to put up 9 points on the Carolina Panthers. If you lose this game next week, everybody should be on the hot seat. Everybody should be on the hot seat, man. That's how I'm feeling, man. That's how I'm feeling. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Ton of people in here. Give me your thoughts. Flood it in. All my people on Instagram, come on over to the YouTube channel, man. A to Z Philly. We're going to continue this, but I got to put up some stats here, man. We got to read some stats. Come on over to the YouTube channel. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I just can't take it. I can't take it. I'm looking at these numbers trying to understand how you let Tyrod Taylor go 23 for 32. Guy gets hurt twice in this game, maybe 3 times. Tommy DeVito comes in, completes a couple passes. He's back out. Wan'Dale Robinson, 85 yards. Darius Slayton had a touchdown wide open. Giants had, 12 drives in this game? 12 drives? 2 interceptions by Xavier McKinney. 2 touchdowns by Saquon Barkley in what could be his last game as a Giant. What are we going to hear after this game? What are we going to hear after this game? Are they going to come out and say the same thing? We have to fix our mistakes. We have to fix our mistakes. We have to get right. We don't have a lot of time to do it. Why can't they just come out and speak the truth, man? We got embarrassed. Our guys have quit. This is embarrassing. Let me ask you guys in the chat right now, yes or no? Can the Eagles win next week? Do you think they can beat the Buccaneers? I will shout you guys out in the chat here. Give me your thoughts. Can they win next week? Will they beat the Buccaneers? Before I read out some of your comments, let me give a shout out to our sponsor of today's show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA. Get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Shout out to BetMGM for supporting the show all year, being our great game day sponsor. Appreciate them and the relationship. Man, I'm putting my odds on the Bucs next week at this point. I'm putting my odds on the Bucs next week based on how the Eagles have been looking. I mean, this is crazy. Lamont in the chat. What's up, Lamont? Says, I don't think you could beat a JV team, bro. Yeah, that's how it looks right now. That's how it looks, man, and it's not bad to feel that way. You think I want to come up here and be negative? You think I want to come up here and be this way? No, I don't. I don't, man. I promise I don't. I want to come up here and say, I have hope. I have optimism. I have positivity around this team going into the playoffs, but they've given me no element of that. How am I supposed to feel that way? Do I think it's just going to click magically? No, I don't. I don't, man. I really wish I could say I was positive and optimistic in this team, but I can't. We have resounding no's in the chat. Aaron Spring, what's up? AB, Drummer, Mark, what's up? Robert. Yeah, man. What am I supposed to say? Andrew says they should wear the underdog hats again because nobody believes in them. They're not even underdogs, man. Underdogs have a chance to go all the way. And you know what's funny is that I look at this league right now. It makes no sense. I mean, upsets left and right. It's been a weird year, but this is the perfect opportunity to go take it. And this was the perfect year to break the NFC East curse, which for now 19 seasons, there has not been a repeat winner in the NFC East. You know what's crazy, man? I mean, I thought they had it wrapped up. The curse is legit. The curse is real. The curse is real. There is a curse in the NFC East because the Eagles had this division wrapped up and they still don't win it. 19 years in a row. That is insane. Insane. CJ in the chat says there's no way we can beat a team that we put together. I can drop 30-yard passes against them. That's what I'm saying. Guys are wide open. They had a graphic at one point in this game that Tyrod Taylor was 15 for 20 against the zone. You have guys out there that don't know what they're doing. Even Hassan Reddick said it earlier this week. He said, we're trying to put together a new defense or play through a new system. It's just hard to do. They have lost all faith and belief in the coaches. What did the coaches say after the game to the players? Do you know how dead that locker room must be? Sirianni's in there preaching like, come on, guys, let's get back on our horse. We got it. We'll figure it out. Is that what he's saying? Like, what else do you say? I'm almost starting to think that this is more disappointing than 2020 because in 2020, you tried to repair damaged goods in Carson Wentz. We just knew he wasn't the guy. We didn't want to admit it, but he wasn't the guy. His decision-making was off, et cetera, et cetera. Here, it's like you still have a talented roster, but you're so much of an underperforming team. Just no hope, man. I mean, they're letting these guys go right in. This is the worst defense I've ever seen. How do you spark the team when you fire the coordinator, replace him with Matt Patricia, and they get 10 times worse? What do you expect this team to do, man? James Hendricks, what's up, man? Says, all I wanted was effort, and they couldn't even bother to try to look like they cared. Exactly. I know people that were texting me during this game. They were texting me saying, yo, I'm going to spend some time with my family. I'm going to go have some personal time. I can't watch this game anymore. And I said, I don't blame you. What else do we say? Mark says, I don't think they'd beat Michigan or Washington at this point. Maybe not with how bad they're playing. I mean, I can go up and down the list on this game. It's just, there's no point to do it. 4th and 3 early on at the 48, you go for it. Terrible play. It's when Jalen Hurts hurt his finger. AJ fumbled and got hurt. I mean, injury upon injury. I was to the point where I was like, don't even play them in this game. 1, because they don't deserve to after that embarrassment last week. But number 2, you're going to get guys hurt, which you did. And the NFL has a serious issue with allowing teams to continue to play at MetLife, and they continue to get hurt. The turf is terrible, and they don't care. Alonzo says, I guess AJ speaking didn't help. It didn't help one bit. And you know what that tells me, Alonzo? It tells me that the players can do whatever they want, but there is no way to recoup this right here. There's no way to get back on track. The players had a meeting. AJ spoke up. He was rah-rah. I'm sorry. Let's get this. Let's go. And they still got blasted by the Giants. I'm not picking the Eagles to beat anybody. Anybody. And I don't care what they come out at the presser and say. Oh, we got to fix our mistakes. We got to fix our mistakes. There is no way. There is no way to fix them now. This is an off-season issue. The question is, will Jeff Lurie be so heated that he makes a move at the coach and decides to move on from Nick Sirianni? Have they been lost this much where it's inconceivable to bring back Nick? James says, it makes me sick, man. They couldn't get a stop on the NJ Turnpike. It's crazy. It's crazy. Loop says they should keep Mariota as the starting quarterback. Now, that one's an overreaction to me. I don't think they should keep Mariota. He would get absolutely blasted in the playoffs. But Jalen Hurts is going to go out there. He's going to try to do some things, put some things together. But the fact of the matter is, there's nothing he can do when he doesn't believe in the playbook because they only have 5 plays. I'm being honest here. I don't see more than 5 plays the entire game. I don't see more than 5 plays the entire game. It's crazy. They have no creativity. They do nothing. They have no rhythm. There's no rhythm plays at the beginning of games to get these guys going. None. Let me read the first drive of the game. Giants go 3 and out. Eagles go 4 plays, 13 yards. Get nothing. Next drive, 7 plays, 56 yards. Their only good drive of the game. One of the only 2 good drives. Kenny Gainwell had a 30-yard run. Then Jalen throws it over to A.J. Brown, who fumbles it and gets hurt. Then they go 7 plays, 34 yards. Jalen Hurts, 4th down, incompletion. Then a 3-play, negative 10-yard drive, ends in a sack. Then a 3-play, negative 2-yard drive. 2 plays for 2 yards. Jalen Hurts intercepted. I mean, this is crazy, man. 1 play, intercepted, Mariota. There's just no hope, man. It sucks. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. Like, you know, I'm trying to find some way to look at this from a different angle, but there is none. And all year long, they snuck by these good teams. They found ways to win. You know, they gutted it out. I thought after that overtime win against Buffalo, they really had turned a corner. And matter of fact, all they've done is panic. They've crawled into a hole. And one guy said it this past week. He put it perfectly. He said the Eagles play to lose. They don't play to win. They play to lose. They try not to lose. That's what they do, man. They try not to lose. James, could you imagine if they get to Dallas, man? What do they play, the Bucks and then Dallas? I mean, I can't believe this is going to give Dallas an opportunity in the NFC Championship. Matter of fact, the only thing that would make my day now is if Dallas chokes to the Green Bay Packers. I think they're playing Green Bay. It's confirmed now. Could you imagine if Dallas choked to Green Bay? I don't want to see Dallas in the NFC Championship. Right now, the Rams, I mean, who knows what could happen? All these teams are like up and down. It's been a weird season, man. Ryan says, season 2, let's try to be positive. I know it's frustrating as fans. We do have to play better. Let's go to warm weather. Get focused. No, there's no being positive, man. How are we positive? I don't see a way. How are we supposed to be positive? This team blows. I can't do that, man. How are we supposed to be positive? How, man? This team's going to let Baker Mayfield light them up? Baker Mayfield. The Bucs only got into the playoffs because the Falcons and the Saints are so bad. They were gifted it. They had to make the playoffs. The Bucs are so bad. The Eagles beat them earlier this year. We got a rematch in Tampa Bay. The Bucs' only game changer is Mike Evans. The Eagles are going to have to triple team him with the way they're playing defense right now. First off, you have to hope these players can come back and be healthy. You have to hope Slay's going to be out there next week because whoever the hell they have out there now is not doing anything. Matter of fact, Brian Johnson is such a bad coordinator that he probably doesn't even know that Boston Scott is a Giants killer. Boston Scott had 3 touches today. You have no DeAndre Swift who's out with an illness. And you got Rashad Penny in here. You got Boston Scott. Brian Johnson doesn't do his research. He probably doesn't even know that Boston Scott, more than half of his career touchdowns are against New York. I would like to think that with new coordinators, the system could be fixed, that this team could be better, but they're just bad, man. They're just bad. Lamont says, can you imagine your play against the Niners again? You might get 70 dropped on you. I don't see them playing the Niners. They're not going to make it that far. J&B says, I'm not positive. Yeah, there's no reason to be. Aaron says, there's nothing to be positive about. We've seen nothing to be like, oh yeah, I'm so happy. I wish there was one thing that I could look at going into next week saying, yes, this is how they can exploit the Bucs. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Reality check. The Giants were number 2 in the league in blitzing. Bucs are number 3. The Bucs are number 3. Guess what? They're coming right back with the same formula. And you know what the Eagles are going to do? They're going to do the same exact thing because they don't game plan. They don't game plan, man. What do they do? What do they do? They're going to come out with the same 5 plays in the playoffs. Here, you guys want a stat? Here's a good reason to be positive. Here, let's put this up. The Eagles are the first team in NFL history to start 10-1 or better and not reach 12 wins. They're not going to reach 12 wins. That just hit me. They're not going to reach 12 wins. They were 10-1. This is an epic collapse. This is a colossal failure. This is a colossal failure. They're not going to have 12 wins. I just realized they're not going to have 12 wins. Wow. Nah, that's crazy. That is crazy. They're going to be 11-6. 11-6. 10-1 to 11-6. They lost to Jonathan Gannon. They lost to Drew Lock. And they lost to Tyrod Taylor. Let's look up some more stats because I don't know what else to say, guys. I'll read your comments for a little longer, but what else do I say? Dallas Goedert. Quote from Dallas Goedert. I have a feeling some things are going to change. We have a lot of confidence in the locker room. I guess he has to say it. Sure. Why not? John says, how do you feel if Belichick was up for grabs? I would love Bill Belichick. I would love Belichick. Is he going to really make a move at this point in his career? I don't know if the Pats are actually going to get rid of him. Maybe they do. But does he want to come to Philly? That'd be insane. I would love Bill Belichick. Maybe the Eagles need to go in that direction. Maybe they need a no-crap quarterback or coach. Maybe they need a no-crap type of coach. Here's what we do. Heads down, go to work instead of all this rah-rah stuff. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's what they need, man. J&B says, is this an organizational issue or a coaching issue? It feels like everything is fighting against us. Well, I think it starts with coaching, man. Because you look at this team last year, I know they're a bit different, but last year this team was so damn good. They were wide open all the time. I think it starts with coaching. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you guys the question. I'm tired of talking, all right? Rank these in order from 1 to 3 in terms of biggest issue to worst issue or to least issue. Players, coaching, and organization, a.k.a. Howie Roseman, GM. Rank them in order from 1 to 3. What is the biggest issue? Coaching, players, and GM. I think they all have blame right now, but I'm going with the coaching first and foremost, man. Guys don't believe. They don't want to play right now, man. Would I fire Nick today? No, I wouldn't fire Nick today because it's just not realistic to fire a coach before a playoff game. That just would never happen. It would never happen. But the way they're playing right now, you feel like they're a 5-win team. But they're going to the playoffs. They have a playoff game next week. Here's Nick Sirianni's message to the team after the game. Let's see. Coaching, players, coaches, GM. I thought it was all coaching, but now it's coaching and players. Coaching, organization, players. So some people think coaching, some people think players. I don't blame you. BC says they'll beat the Bucs. It's the divisional round, which could get ugly. Well, let me ask you, BC, how do you have confidence in them beating the Bucs? How do you have confidence? Give me one area of the game that you're confident in them executing. That's what I want to know. Here's Nick Sirianni's message to the team after the game, per Kevin Byard. Quote, "We are 0-0. It's time to go on a run." Cool, wonderful. Time to go on a run. How are you going to do that, Nick? How? Here's what your message should be. Brian Johnson, we're 0-0. It's time to run the damn football. That's the type of run we should be going on. A run to DeAndre Swift up the middle on first down. Not 30-yard verticals every damn play. Every damn play. If Nick really wanted to make a statement, he'd fire his coordinator and bring in Frank Reich before the playoff game. These dudes are probably just sitting in this locker room looking at Nick like, y'all believe that? You believe that? You guys believe that? You hear what he's saying? No more flower analogies, okay? We need to win a playoff game. Josh Sweat ends the regular season with an 8-game streak of 0 sacks. I mean, that is just crazy. That is crazy. Here's how the playoff picture looks, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the playoff picture for those who don't know. It'll be the Niners with a bye and the home field advantage, and right now looks like a favorite to get to the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys get the number 2 seed. They will face the Green Bay Packers. The Lions will face the LA Rams. It'll be the Jared Goff versus Matt Stafford game. That's an interesting one. And then it'll be Tampa Bay and the Eagles. Somebody had me crying during this game. They said the NFL might be so pissed, they might put the Eagles game on Peacock. They said the Eagles game might be on Peacock TV next week. That's how bad this game is going to be. It's going to be like a 10-9 game. It's going to be 10-9 with a game-winning field goal. Oh, man. Talk about insane, man. And I know the people out there in the chat have probably clicked off this. Are probably like, RB, you're a negative Nancy, and, we're tired of hearing the same thing. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else I can sit up here and say. That's how bad it is. It is to the point of sickening where I just laugh because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. It's crazy. I don't see any confidence in this defense. And again, I think they're so mad to the point where they're not confident in their own games anymore. They're trying to like figure out how to put the puzzle together, but they're like, I can't even do what I normally do. So I just, man, it's tough. It's tough to be up here and for you guys, I'm sure at home, just to like, what is going on here, man? They're going to put this game on Peacock, man. Here's what I want to hear. And you know, I actually feel so bad. I feel bad for a couple individuals, but I feel bad for Jason Kelce because he came back with the hope of let's go back to the Super Bowl. Let me go out for one last hoorah. And he's got to watch this crap and play with it. But here's what Jason Kelce says after the game. Quote, the team has a lot to fix heading into the playoffs. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said it. Somebody. Thank you, Jason. This is why I love you, Jason. All-time NFL player right here. He's obviously going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, just a stand-up guy. Thank you. Why can't the coaches come out and say, we have a lot to fix? No, it's not we're 0-0. We have a lot to fix or we're going to get our butts kicked. We're going to get our butts kicked if we don't fix everything that needs to be fixed. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. I knew I could count on somebody, man. I knew I could count on somebody. Speaking of the O-line, you know what I've realized, man? Jalen Hurts' mind, his mental clock is so messed up that he's running out of the pocket every single play. They give him no options in the flat. They give him no checkdowns, nothing. Jalen sees guys rushing, he's running to the sideline. And you know what I noticed too? He doesn't even try to extend the runs anymore. He just runs to the sideline horizontally, and then he throws one for 10 yards out of bounds. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I mean, what else do we say? Tom says the question is, what went wrong? Yeah, it's going to be a tough question to figure out. Oh, wait. Let's read this response. This is the best one of the night. William says, should leave as an announcer on this channel. Negative remarks about a great team like we have don't need to be heard from you. Resting some injuries so they are ready for the playoffs, and this game meant nothing, and right away you jump ship. You aren't a real fan and shouldn't be where you are. You suck. William, congratulations, man. Congratulations, William. I got to give it up to you. That is the dumbest response I have ever heard in the history of covering sports. That is the number one. Congratulations, William. Congratulations. Oh, man. My guy William got home from the family dinner, turned on the game, said, oh, we rested anyway. We rested anyway. That is the dumbest response that I have ever heard after a game like this. Shame on you, William. You know what, William? Go into the locker room and give them a motivational speech, William. You know what? They'll get blown out 40-5 next week. They'll get blown out 40-5. William, you are an idiot. You're part of the problem because you probably sat there for 11 weeks. Woo! We beat every team. We beat every team. We should have lost to Dallas the first time, but we won. But we won. Oh, we collapsed 17 points on Christmas to the Giants, but we won. You are part of the problem. And you are the reason that they are in this spot because you played them up like they were last year's team when in reality, their DNA showed that they are weak. You are one of the issues, man. J&B says, true fans criticize their team when they stink, not pretend it didn't happen. Exactly. You think we want to be up here talking about this crap? You think we want to be up here saying this stuff? No, we don't. We're pissed. We're pissed. Crazy, man. Crazy. Unbelievable, man. We still have people that are saying, let's be optimistic. They rested because of injuries. The starters played the whole first half. They didn't score a point. They didn't score a point in the first half. Insane, man. Insane. Jeez, man. Only positive out of this game is that A.J. Brown did not tear his knee. I thought A.J. Brown tore it when he went down. I'm like, oh, man, come on, not A.J. too. Thankfully, A.J. Brown was okay. Hopefully, he's good to go next week. Nick Sirianni, after the game. Quote, "You want to flush it." Not Nick bringing out the Jalen quotes. Not Nick bringing out the Jalen quotes. You want to flush it. You want to flush the last month, but you want to learn from it. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Come on, Nick. Come on, man. This is crazy, man. Come on. Enough. Enough with the corniness, man. Tell us why we're going to go run through a brick wall. Tell us how we're going to fix issues. I feel like Jason Kelce should be the head coach next week, man. Jason Kelce says, quote, "It bleeping sucks the way we have played the last 6 games. All you can do is look in the mirror and go back to work. I know people get tired of hearing it. The only thing you can do is go back to work and have honest discussions." Thank you. Thank you. Jason Kelce is the only one keeping me afloat right now. He's the only guy keeping me afloat. This is what needs to be said. Guys, we suck. Is anybody going to have the spirit and have the life to pull out any type of motivation within themselves deep down and go out here and kick somebody's butt? That's what needs to be said. J&B says, Nick has shown he cannot learn. He won't stick to the run, won't get guys open, won't fix the run defense. Yeah, at the end of the day, it does fall on Nick. Dizzle says we're about to get destroyed by Tampa Bay. ABD says, do you think Jalen is the QB1 franchise quarterback? I mean, has Jalen played up to the level we thought he would this year? No, but I'm definitely willing to give Jalen a go at it with another coordinator that actually runs plays. You know? Trex says, has anybody seen Jordan Davis or Jalen Carter? I feel like I haven't seen him in 10 weeks, man. It's Jalen Carter's going to win Rookie of the Year, and I feel like I haven't seen him in 10 weeks. It's insane, man. How many times do we have to see the same crap offensive scheme that hasn't worked all year? Exactly. They're going to do the same thing. This was the perfect opportunity for them to go out and just try something different. Just try. If it doesn't work, okay, fine. But this is sad, man. I don't think Jalen can really do much. I don't think AJ can do much. I don't think anybody can do much coming in to a game with this team. Frustrating, man. Somebody put this on Twitter. They said Eagles are 10-1 with Big Dom. He's the only guy. Big Dom's the only guy. Ever since Big Dom got ejected on the sideline, that's when the whole season started to go downhill. Once Big Dom got ejected, that was the turning point of the season. One says, I chalk this year up to wasted talent due to poor coaching. I think that's a good way to put it. AB says, I think it's showing that Nick's success last year was due to Gannon and Shane. I mean, it's starting to look that way. It already does look that way, for sure. For sure, man. One more week and you can be forgiven for not watching that, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly, man. It's really frustrating. I mean, a lot of other teams were calling out this Eagles squad, right? They were the villain. People were going at this squad and saying, oh, we're going to do this and that, and we're going to expose these guys. And they were all proven right. They were all proven right, man. Frustrating. Frustrating. Here's what Nick Sirianni says about the locker room right now. He says, quote, I know what I felt in that locker room. We have a lot of belief in the locker room. A lot of teams want to be in our position. We're in the playoffs, and now it's time for all of us to give it everything we got. Great. Why is this line struggling against the blitz so bad? I don't know, but what I do know is that they don't give Jalen Hurts any options. They don't give him any security blankets. They don't give him anything. And he scrambles out of the pocket, running for his life. Unless a drastic change is made to the play caller this week, I don't see any way that they come out here and switch up whatever they need. I don't see any way, man. One thing I do want to figure out here before we jump off, and I appreciate everybody tapping in here as we've been ranting. Can we get the playoff schedule? Can we get the schedule, please? Did they put it out yet? I want to see if they put out the playoff schedule and see what time the Eagles play. Like, did they play on 5 days of rest or 6 days? Let's see if we can find it here. Guys, if you are here in the YouTube chat, hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you all being in here, man. Let's see. I don't know if they put it out yet. Let's see. Did they? Anybody know if they put it out yet? The NFL schedule for the playoffs? Trex says, when Jalen does scramble, nobody's ever open. Nobody. Nobody's ever open, man. It's crazy. I guess they still didn't put it out yet, but my guess would be that the Eagles play the first game on Saturday at 4:25 because they'll probably have the lowest ratings with the Bucks and the Eagles, but yeah, man. That's how it's going to play out. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I really wish I was having a better time watching the Eagles, man. I'll ask a final question before we get out of here, and, we'll be back here halftime and postgame next week as well. We'll be dropping content during the week, previewing the matchup, but on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the most confident and 1 being the least confident, how confident are you in the Eagles pulling off a win next week in Tampa Bay? 1 to 10, what is your confidence level in the Eagles pulling off a win next week against Tampa Bay? Give me your thoughts. I'm going to see one more time if they have this schedule out. I'm guessing it'll come out any minute here. Big says Eagles are awful, got shut by one of the worst teams in the NFL. Commanders get the number 2 pick after losing yet again. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't think they put out any schedule yet. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. We got a 3. We got a 5, a 5, 2, 5, 5. I don't know how you guys are going 5, man. 1, -10. Will AJ play? Hopefully. 5, 4, 1, 4, 3. I never thought I would see such a soft Eagles team, says Casey. I agree. I'd probably give them like a 2 or 3 right now, based on my confidence level, just because the Bucks are so bad. Maybe I would go up to a 4, but I mean, it's going to be tough, man. If you continue to play the same way, which they have all led us to believe that they will. They've all led us to believe that they will. Final update here. Jalen Hurts on his middle finger says, quote, it popped out. Jalen Hurts' finger popped out during the game. Can he play next week? Quote, we're taking it day by day. So now Jalen Hurts is going to go into this game with a banged up finger on his throwing hand. Boy, oh boy, man. Not looking pretty. Not looking pretty. Hope Jalen Hurts can go, man. Hope he's healthy and can do his thing. One thing I know about Jalen, man, is he's gonna, you know, work as hard as he can. He's gonna work as hard as he can. Jalen Hurts is a dog, man. Here's one thing that Nick Sirianni did say. I'll finally give him some credit. This is what he needs to be saying to the team. Quote, you can stay down or get the F up. That's what I want to hear. That's what you need to be saying to this team. Now, the next part of it needs to be how we're going to do that. The next part needs to be, okay, let's actually expand our playbook. Let's actually stop a run for once. But this is what I want to hear. You have to get to a level where you can hold these guys accountable, man. Get the F up. Get the F up, man. Wake up. Nothing is going to be handed to you, you know? Nothing's going to be handed to you. So we'll see, man. I'm guessing that the schedule will come out after the game tonight. But I appreciate everybody being in here, man. Thank you for coming through. A to Z Philly post-game show. Hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel. We'll continue to drop content. You guys have been incredible tonight as we are here ranting. And yeah, man, it's got to get better. Have to find a way. Let's hope they can pull it out against one of the worst teams in the playoffs in Tampa Bay. We'll see if they have any hope, any life, anything, please. We'll see, man. A to Z Philly post-game show all game long, all year long, right here on the channel. Guys, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next one.